Right, so this is actually quite an important video for anyone who's 18, 19, 20, this sort of age range where perhaps your friends are going out more, you're starting to drink, you're starting to enjoy being an adult, let's say. Now, one thing that I fell into the habit of was always saying yes to going out, because I had this, you will have heard of it, the fear of missing out. I always felt like I had to be on that night out. What if something amazing happened? So I was going out multiple times a week because I had different friends in different friends group, as I'm sure you do too. I was just constantly in this cycle of going out thinking, oh, what if something happens? The reality is, and you will find this after being on nights out, after years of this, that it's just another night out. Like once you've been on like 10, 20 nights out, they're all the same. I'm sorry if you think, oh yeah, but this Saturday's going to be amazing. Shut up, no it's not. It's going to be the same as every single other night out that you go on. Now this video is actually for people who are wanting to grow, are wanting to start a business or focus on self-development. You've got to start saying no. And at first this is going to seem difficult, this feeling of, oh yeah, but what if I'm missing out? Just say no. Saying no is a very, very empowering thing, because you learn that these nights out aren't special, and then you focus on what you actually want to do, what you need to do. If you want to stay up late Saturday night, working on your business, growing your portfolio, learning how to make money online, then that's exactly what you do. You don't go out because you feel like you might miss out on a night out. Look, every night out is the same from now on. Just accept that. But this is something that I really needed my 18-year-old self to know. But obviously, hindsight's a bitch. I needed to say no more often. I needed to understand that there was nothing out there on this Saturday night that was more valuable than staying in, working on myself and working towards this goal of living a lifestyle of freedom and adventure and fulfillment. If you are someone who wants to grow, who wants to develop an online business, who wants a life of purpose, you've got to start saying no. Late December, I was invited to a few different New Year's Eve parties from a few different friends. Some were going out in Leeds, some going out in York. There are a few parties going on. Said no to everything. I had the best New Year's Eve of my life. I stayed in, I read my book, I cooked myself a banging steak and sweet potato fries. I watched a couple episodes of Narcos. I was probably asleep by 10:30. Now, a lot of people, when I told them that I was doing that, a lot of people were like, that's so boring, mate. You gotta go out, it's New Year's Eve. And if you've been out on New Year's Eve, you realise that it's just another night. It's just a load of drunk people trying to celebrate something because their sober life isn't actually that enjoyable. Funnily enough, I met up with one of my friends who'd actually invited me to a party New Year's Eve, like a few days later, and he said something that was pretty nice to hear. What he said was, when you said no, like when I said no, that was really inspiring, and he was almost jealous of that because he wasn't in that position where he felt like he could say no to this New Year's Eve party. And when I told him about the night that I had, again, he was even more jealous because he woke up feeling like crap. He was absolutely knackered. He'd wasted a load of money and it just wasn't worth it. So if there's one thing that you can start doing today, if you want to develop yourself, is to start saying no to nights out. Look, there's nothing out there. They're only going to take from your life. They're not adding to your life in any way. And you're not going to remember those nights out, and you're not going to be 70, 80 years old telling your grandkids about, oh yeah, that one night out in York where something happened, because that's not where you get those stories from. Get the stories from building a lifestyle of purpose. And then I can say to my grandkids, yeah, when I was 24, I was looking at views like this. I was helping people online. I had an online business where I could travel and do what I want. Which do you think is more inspiring to your grandkids? Going for a night out and getting pretty fucked up? Or living a life of purpose, happiness, and ultimately giving back and inspiring others? You don't have to become an absolute recluse where you don't leave the house. All I'm saying is that nights out, 99.99% of the time, are not worth it. Look, saying no to nights out was one of the main things that caused me to reevaluate where I was in life and what I wanted to achieve. And to be honest, it was a huge stepping stone for me. And I think anyone who is still going on nights out but also wants to create an online business or become healthier at the gym or just grow in terms of your self-improvement, cutting out nights out is going to be an absolute game changer for you. Alright, I hope you've liked this video. I hope you found it insightful and valuable as always. I will see you soon. All the best.